This is Caroline here with live streaming soul readings. Thank you for joining me today. This is a place where if you have questions for the archangels, then you can bring them here. In particular, I work with Michael for most kind of like emotional and kind of theoretical things. I work with Archangel Uriel for working with the energy body and the more like physical healing stuff. I work with Raphael for things like really difficult relationship issues that are related to relationship patterns, courtings, stuck energy, things like that. Things that are kind of like tricky. He's really good with that kind of thing. And then Archangel Gabriel, I work with him mostly for protection and guidance, but he's a great protector with the way that we relate right now. And then Metron, he is really good for timing of events. So, like helping things to kind of unfold in the right time. Um, so, no one is here today. So, I'm just going to ask Michael what he'd like to share with us. And so he's saying, what I'd like to share is for how to you to be close for how to be close to me. I don't know what that sentence is. How for you to be close to me. That doesn't seem right. Um, but basically the idea that he's saying is that you don't need someone else to go through as an intermediary to be close to me. So like in the Christian tradition, the idea and practice is that Jesus is an intermediary to God. Or like in contemporary society, like a bunch of people who are like, oh, I can tap into spirit, I can tap into God, I can tap into the archangels. So this idea like, oh, these people will help me tap into whatever thing is that I want to learn or understand or know. But what Michael is saying is that that's not really the way that we are evolved. That's not really the way that we are designed to connect, that each one of us is designed to connect individually. The old model is that we have to go through someone like special to be able to connect. The new model is that you don't have to go through anyone special to connect. Everyone is special. It's not a special thing. It's like an intrinsic quality that everybody has about connecting with the divine. Why? Because we are the divine. The divine is outside of us. The divine is inside of us. The divine is everywhere. We are part of the matrix of the divine. We are not disconnected from the divine. No one is special in that way. All of us are special in that way, which means that no one is special because it's no unique quality that anybody has. Anybody can connect at any time, and everyone is connected all the time. It's just a way of recognizing connection. And so to connect, Michael says the first thing is that you have to believe. So the first thing you have to do is believe that you are connected, believe that it's not special, believe that there's no one person who has this gift or it's not a gift, it's not an aptitude. It's something that all of us have the wiring for. And so that's the first step is to not believe in the sense of like you know of an abstract thing, like or like a religious thing, like, oh, I believe in this thing and so it's true. No, it's that you have to accept the truth that this is the way things are designed. That's what he means by believe, not like having faith. It's not like having faith. It's like knowing and experiencing. It's like opening up to the experience that we are all part of the divine, therefore we cannot be disconnected, therefore no one is special in their ability to connect to the divine, because all of us are connected. And so all that we need to do is to accept. This is what it is. The word is accept, not believe. Accept that we are all connected. And that is the first step to recognizing that we are connected to the divine. We are part of the divine. The divine is in us, we in the divine, this matrix that we live in. And so then the next step is to ask, if you I think Michael is a really good one to start with. You can choose any divine quality that you want to connect with, whatever resonates with you. But Michael is so consistent, like way more consistent, I think, in my experience, than other divinities, way less ego. And so just if you need someone, if you want to connect with someone, Michael is always a good shot. And so it's almost like what he's hearkening back to is the ideas from the Bible, where like Samuel would hear the voice and not know what it is. And finally he was told to say, "Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth." And so it's like that with us, that we need to acknowledge we are connected to the divine. We are the divine. And then we ask to hear. We ask to develop the capacity to hear. And in the Bible, it says that this hearing of the divine is like the hearing of a still, small voice. So that's what we look for. We don't look for the loud thing. We don't look for the thing that makes our heart rush. We look for the stillness. We listen for the stillness. The still, small voice is what will come to us when we ask. Speak. I'm ready to listen. Teach me how to listen. Teach me how to hear the still, small voice. Teach me. Teach me. Create quiet. The still, small voice will only penetrate. You'll only be able to hear it if there is quiet. Quiet means the TV, the radio, the YouTube, the sounds, the rush of life are turned off. You create a hiatus in your life, a moment where you can sit, where you can be still, where you can listen. It doesn't have to be for long. It can be just whatever you can do, right? So it doesn't have to be 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It can be 30 seconds. Just keep coming back to it. And you can come back to it as often as you want when the thought occurs to you. Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. I'm listening for that still, small voice. I have direct connection with the divine. I am a part of the divine. We live in that matrix together. I don't need anyone special to connect me with the divine. I have that capacity. All that it takes is creating that stillness, creating that hiatus, and listening. Knowing I am already connected, I don't need anyone special to help me. I can do this because that's what I'm designed for. Yeah. So the practice, coming back and back and back and practicing so that you can develop your hearing skills and that you will recognize that voice. And it's like it is like a skill set. So you have to like develop it. You have to develop endurance so you can listen for longer. And so some people will begin the development of the skill set in the quiet of the night in their dreams. And so that's like Samuel, right? He began in the quiet of the night in his dreams. And so that's a very common way to do it. And so some people will do like writing down of their dreams, their dream messages, things like that. And that can be something that's helpful. Other people will try like meditation, something like that, where there's a quietness. Other people will do like walking without headphones on, without a bunch of traffic around, walking in nature, a quiet street, what have you. Um, some oftentimes also like repetitive tasks like washing the dishes or doing something that is repetitive, mind numbing, frees the brain so that you have the neural networks firing because you're being physically active, um, and then that opens up to be able to listen. So those are all things, and so you can try all those things and see what works with you, and then see what you feel comfortable with, and then try to like repeat that thing if it's something that seems like it works for you. So actually, like neurologically, we are best equipped for receiving messages when we're moving. It's not when we're sitting in meditation. It's like movement potentiates neural pathways. It activates neural pathways, specific neural pathways, and then potentiates others that will allow us to be more receptive. And so like in yoga where they practice meditation, seated meditation, the idea is that you have to be active to be still. Like they are related but kind of like serially related, and meditation is only like one form. Seated meditation is only one form of like connecting with the divine. So the thing that is kind of a bit antithetical to this is like a sort of like traditional Christian prayer cycle, where there is kind of like a list of to-dos to give to God, a list of desires or things that need to be done or you wish could be done. So those things are like also like an earlier kind of way of creating relationship with the divine. In a way, the old way of praying of Christian prayer is kind of like needing an intermediary to connect with the divine. I'll teach you how to pray. This is how you pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So that there's like a script. And that's good. It's good to have intermediary stages. But also at some point, we don't want to stay with the shadows on the wall of the Platonic cave, right? We want to come into the real. We want to come into the way things really are. Because why? Because it feels good, because we're built for it, we're designed for it, it's faster, it's easier, and it's just the way things are built. And so it always feels better to do things the way that they're designed to be done instead of other ways. um and so is there anything else, Michael, about that kind of stuff? Okay, and so Michael is basically saying that I'm being like overly instructive. I'm sorry. Okay, so that got to be too much, Caroline, he's saying, and that I need, like, really the thing is to experiment. So basically, this is Michael saying, just experiment, just be in touch with me, and don't worry about all the rules. Like, I'm making more rules, and he's like, you're like creating more rules for these people, and they don't need more rules. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so basically he's saying just open up with the intention of recognizing you are connected to the divine and able to receive. That's all that he's saying. All that other stuff was me. And so he's saying what I'm saying is too complicated, and just let people, he's like, just let them figure it out on their own. Like, I'm trying to give pablum to people. And he's like, they can figure it out. They're designed for this. They're built for it. It's more meaningful. He's saying it's more meaningful to people if they can figure it out on their own than if you're like giving them a to-do like handbook on this. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to give you all that stuff. That was about me. So what he's saying is just open to receive, know that you are connected and that you can receive and that you are receiving. And that's it. So his guidance is way easier than mine. And yeah, anything else, Michael? So that's it. So just pay attention to the last couple minutes of this, and the rest of it was me spouting off. So sorry about that. Okay, well, have a great day, and thank you, Michael.